I was motivated to tell my story for the first time because once I understood the injustice and what I'd been living with, which was essentially a huge lie that had been imposed on me, I became outraged. And I recognized, because of the prevalence of this in the world, that this is a really important thing. It was kind of like the scales got lifted off my eyes and I saw the truth and I went, oh my goodness, this really needs to be shared. This is relevant to a lot of people all over the place. Oh, for me, it's obvious, yeah. I started documenting my story from the moment that I went to the police station and made the report. That was frightening because I didn't know the sensitivity level of what to expect with the officer, and what their level of training had been in compassion, and just how supported I would end up being in that situation, because it's a very vulnerable thing to do. And I was afraid. I was really afraid, and I felt very exposed, and yeah, it wasn't easy. The Toronto police referred me to the gatehouse, to their credit, and that experience for me has been profound. The first thing that I gained from being there was recognizing that I'm not alone. The first casualty of childhood sexual abuse is voice. So, as a child, when you are subjected to that kind of behavior by an adult who imposes it on you, what they're saying, in addition to what they're doing to you, but what they're saying by what they're doing to you is, your voice doesn't matter. And that, because it's coupled with trauma, gets wrapped all together. And it stays in place until you recognize the truth, which is that it's not your fault and you have nothing to be ashamed of. So being in a room with 15 other guys who are all telling their stories and saying things that could have come out of my own mouth, that was a real eye-opener, because each of us until that point in time had believed that our experiences were solely ours, and that we were completely alone in that, and that we were the only people who would ever experience that. And that's the journey of a survivor.